almost how I always do my streams, technically, if we want to really get into it. Vibes-based length. How long are you going to go tonight, Austin? I don't know. It's whatever the vibes tell me. Where's the set? Here it is. I was, oh, I was thinking about it. Man, midweek Umineko definitely carries a different vibe to it. Not necessarily a bad vibe, just a different, just a different vibe. Maybe more subdued, possibly. I did, as I was loading up the game. You could probably get a more accurate reading, maybe based on the archive VODs on YouTube of this. But I did take a look at the Steam page as I was loading up the game. I was just curious. I do see, I do see it says that we're about to cross the 100-hour threshold. So, and we're not even through episode 3. It seems. So we're not even halfway through. So according to Steam, we're definitely going to cross most likely a 200-hour mark. Not necessarily saying that's a bad thing, but oof. Also, I'm running out of the save slots. I'm going to have to go back to page 1 and we're going to have to start cannibalizing our own save files in some shape or fashion. 100 hours. Insane. I'm gonna end up looking back at this and just be like, man, I literally sat and just read for so many words. So many words were read. I can't believe I did this. It's good. It really is. I mean, I'm not moaning. If I moan, then it's gonna sound like I'm actually regretting it. And I don't mean that at all. Don't worry. There's no regret. I was thinking about it, though. Just, not like it's necessarily, again, a bad thing or anything. But, like, by taking on Umineko, basically almost what has been a project now for a good portion of the year, compared to, like, especially streaming-wise, the last couple years here on the channel and stuff, I'm generally like have touched and played like just less games in general, because that a good portion of the time I would spend towards playing games is a lot less when you take in and factor in that I'm spending a good portion of that time just reading Umineko. So like my list of games that I actually finished by the end of this year is going to be a lot just shorter. Maybe that just means then Umineko has a higher possibility of getting high on my end of year list games list thing. End of years games list. I don't know what to say. It's a good thing. I know. I really am curious how meaty the answers arc is going to be. Because the answers arc could be fucking anything, and it would not surprise me. And in this context, I mean like lengthwise. They could be very short. They could be literally a retelling of the questions arc, but just from like a different perspective. It could be like just a completely different perspective, or replay the things. I don't know if they're completely different episodes and scenarios. Like I have. Answers might be longer than questions. Oh, I'm telling you, there's going to be, as we get closer and closer to the end of the year, I definitely want to finish this by the end of the year. There might become like some weeks where I just have to designate as like Umineko weeks. And we just, even like during the weeknights, and I'm saying this as like as much as a threat as it is a warning, as much as a heads up, that I might just have to like read especially like during the weeknights, read like 2 to 3 hours, and just like a week, for like a week. Not like overdo it, but just so that like in 1 week I progress like 20 hours or so. Yeah, my voice will probably just die. Can't wait. Alright, so, I gotta make way for Higurashi for 2024. I always say that's what everyone's gonna say. That's what people are gonna say I gotta go to after this. 2024, Higurashi. I can't confirm or deny how seriously I've thought about actually that being the next logical step. I gotta see how this treats me by the end of this year. Alright, so basically last episode, if I remember, it was last Saturday. Basically, we saw the start of a new Beatrice, being young Eva here. And then they were dubbing her as Eva Beatrice, which is just confusing. They might as well just called her Beatrice, and I probably would have been happy with it. And then give Beatrice a different name. But I digress. We saw she's chaotic. There's a couple, I was thinking of since last Saturday, we saw Beatrice, blonde Beatrice, react in quite certain ways. I have so many different, like, potential theories why she's acting like that. I know someone in chat was, on Saturday, was bringing up, like, oh, man, maybe she's acting this way because she wants to get kind of back into the good graces of, Battler, because Battler's now pissed. Giving her the cold shoulder treatment, possibly. I also, maybe there's an off chance that now she's separated from having to be Beatrice. Maybe, this is a far maybe, but maybe she sees just how sadistic what some of the things they were doing with the magic was. I thought I know it's a small chance, but I was like, maybe the moment she's separated from that, and she sees someone else other than herself doing the terrible magic and basically torturing of people, maybe she has a shred of, like, man, self-realization. I see that this sucks. Maybe I should start turning it away. Maybe she's jealous. There's also that. Maybe she's jealous. And she's like, damn, that used to be my life, and I loved it, and now it's just taken away from me. I think all are potentially valid paths for Beatrice's attitude that we saw towards the end of last stream. So that's the main thing I wanted to put out there since we finished post stream, after I closed that stream, what I've been thinking about the last couple of days about this. I think is maybe the most interesting arc, other than seeing how the new Beatrice is going to continue this round of killings. I still want to put out there that now that we've seen Beatrice decimate oldest Beatrice, what was her name? Virgilia, I think. How we saw her decimate that and take back the potential losing of the Beatrice title. I still want to say I could totally see the game doing that again somehow. Beatrice sees this new Beatrice, or blonde Beatrice sees Eva Beatrice acting how she's acting and goes, you know what, I'm taking this back. And maybe by the end of this episode or sometime into episode 4, we see her wrest control back of the title, Beatrice. Endless Witch. I still want to say that that's a possibility. I would not put it past this game. So, we're back, I think, from a mirror crack transition with Eva, with some Z's. Oh, this is going to be interesting because we were like, okay, so if young Beatrice is now, like, manifested as a person, as a being, what does that mean with actual Beatrice, or actual Eva? So I'm curious how they play this. Hideyoshi says, woo! Looks like she's finally calmed down. Hideyoshi wiped his own forehead. For a time, Eva had seemed to be having a very painful nightmare, but it appeared she'd finally fallen asleep. As promised, he still gripped Eva's hand. Oh, he's so wholesome. He thought it might be time to let go pretty soon, but he faithfully continued to hold on. Every once in a while, his hand would get tired, and he would switch between his right and his left. But even so, as promised, he didn't let go of her hand. At that time, there was a heavy knock. Eva had finally been able to fall asleep, so Hideyoshi grimaced. For just an instant.
Aniki! Hideyoshi-san! Sumane!
Aniki! Hideyoshi-san, sorry!
Rosa wa soko ni iru ka?
Is Rosa there? It was Rudolph's voice. What could it be? Hideyoshi headed for the door, hiding his footsteps so that he wouldn't wake Eva. It was definitely Rudolph's voice, but just in case, he opened the door without removing the chain. What is it? Something happening to Rosa-san?
Rosa to Maria-chan no sugata ga mienai nda.
We can't find Rosa or Maria-chan.
Issho ni iru ka to omotte.
I thought they might be with you. Oh man. I kind of just glossed over in the recap of the last episode and some thoughts and stuff. We saw Rosa just be absolutely tortured. And then finally, Rosa and Maria killed mercifully by blonde Beatrice. Oh, the magic hand, yeah. I heard her scolding Maria-chan in the corridor. The magic hand will make everything okay. They got quiet after that, so I thought they'd gone back to the lobby, but did they? That idiot. Rudolph clicked his tongue. Other people could be seen in the corridor. Rosa hadn't returned for a while after going out into the corridor, so they'd begun to worry. Near the front door, Natsui pointed at the unset chain. The chain isn't set. They must have gone outside to see that rose after all. How extraordinarily careless to go out and leave the door unlocked. What a troublesome person. I'm more worried about Rosa-san and Maria-chan themselves. The right priorities. Right. Hey, brats. Where was this rose of Maria's? Sorry, I'm adjusting audio just slightly here. There, I'm gonna take it there. I'm pretty sure it was in the flower bed right in the middle of the rose garden. If that's where they are, we should be able to spot them pretty quickly if we go. Dad, shouldn't we bring them back here as soon as we can? Of course. We'll bring them back and give them a good spanking. I'll dash out there and come back. Lock the door as soon as I go out. Dad, I'll go with you. Don't be stupid. What? It's obviously a brat's job to watch over the house with Mama. Also, I need to take inventory here. How many more people need to die? I just need to be reminded. So on the second, we had these two. This was Maria and Rosa. So, praise the name, sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 more. 5 more deaths, assuming the new Beatrice plays by the rules. 5 more deaths. Which 5? I mean, honestly, well, I don't know. Is Eva gonna count as a potential killing? Is she just gonna get lumped in because, like, she has to die, maybe? They're already dead. They haven't seen their dead bodies. They're about to probably see their dead bodies. Oh, it's so tricky. It's so tricky. Okay. Continue. Oh, technically, yeah. She doesn't have the magic hand anymore. Damn. I could see it. I could see it. She says, what is it? Did something happen? Sorry, did I wake you up? It seems Rosa-san took Maria-chan outside. How reckless of her. Rosa and Maria-chan are... outside? In the rose garden? That's right. Oh, did you hear? Maria-chan was causing a ruckus because she wanted to see this rose. They mustn't. They mustn't go to the rose garden. Tell Rosa to stop. It's too late, Eva. Come on. Come on now. There's no telling her to stop now. Looks like they left a while ago. Seriously, how reckless of them. There's no telling her to stop now. It looks like they left. Okay. Okay. She's not hanging out. Yeah. I guess that might be what it's saying. That's not it. Not the rose garden. There's a witch there. She's waiting for a sacrifice. Rosa, you mustn't go. Oh. Eva cowered again, holding her head. Her complexion looked very bad. Eva, your complexion. What is it? Did the fever make your dream something bad? It's a dream. Yes. In the rose garden, the witch. Doing that to Rosa and Maria-chan. That's right. It's a dream. It must be. Does this Eva like retain the memories of like what maybe has happened? Interesting, maybe. Calm down. Oh my god, it's a certified. Does she know? Calm down. I'm here in this room. And the chain is set. But then you could also say she thinks it's a dream. So in fact, she doesn't know. Calm down. I'm here in this room and the chain is set. The shutter's closed on the window and we've even got a gun. This room is just like a fort. There's nothing to be afraid of. Hideyoshi beat his chest, trying to calm her, but Eva's insecure expression didn't change. Under the covers, Eva kept praying that the grotesque nightmare she just had was only a dream. It, in fact, was not a dream. Oh, the picture again. The picture. Oh. In the center of the rose garden, Rudolph identified the corpses of Rosa and Maria. After that, he returned to the guest house, called for help, and carried both of them into the guest house. Wow, this is very weird that we have Virgilia saying what happened, and we don't get the actual scene of them seeing him. Died in the rose garden with a medulla oblongata pierced by the spear-shaped part of the fence. If Maria's death hadn't been a clear homicide, it may have been possible to suspect an accidental death in Rosa's case. This woman was a human sacrifice for the birth of the new witch. And Maria, her corpse was found in the rose garden. The cause of her death was strangling, probably by bare hands. Circumstantial evidence makes it reasonable to assume that she was killed after Rosa. Then her blood became the red ink for the witch's oath. Also, did I don't think I had read this thing. Look at this. Look at this outfit. Do I have it? I mean, it's like a little girl's dress. So like you have more of a canvas to work with on here. But I do like the use of purple and black. I do like purple and black as a with a little bit of gold flair. I mean, the staff is dope. Or staff. Cane. Solved the riddle of the witch's epitaph that was welcomed as the new Endless Witch. And was. She was gifted with an aptitude for magic and is expected to grow into an extraordinary great witch. This genius of a witch often overindulged in her own power during her younger days. Such are the trials only geniuses may endure, and if she proves successful, her name will surely be engraved in the history of endless witches. Will she be able to overcome the trials that forced her predecessor to surrender? That's a good point. That basically, with Beatrice, this Beatrice, blonde Beatrice, basically ending on the note that she just lost. She just lost to Battler. Battler beat her. I'm not 100% certain this Beatrice, blonde Beatrice, is going to be satisfied with like, well, I guess I just couldn't beat Battler. Like, I refuse to believe at this point that we've seen the end of Beatrice in the driver's seat. I refuse to believe. If we can trust Nanjo's examination, the cause of Rosa's death was a stab to the medulla oblongata with the pointed gate of the fence. It is thought that Maria's death was due to strangling. I keep wanting to say strangulation. Strangling with bare hands. However, due to the devil's proof, we cannot discount a misdiagnosis. I will say it in red. Rosa and Maria died. The causes of death were as Nanjo diagnosed. She wasn't eaten by a spider, nor was she crushed by a mountain of cake. Don't worry. So, you argue that even though you toyed with their death so much, it's all fine because the corpse is neat and clean? I definitely won't forgive you. I definitely won't forget all that brutal treatment you gave Aunt Rosa. So I won't forgive you. Like I said, that wasn't me. I believe I gave them a much more peaceful death than the way that she treated them. Shut the hell up. I'm not talking to you. Damn. He's like, I'm so done with you. It was stated that there are no more than 18 people on this island. And now that 8 people are already dead, we can narrow the field of suspects down to 10. One of them probably killed these two. Those two. Or could it also be an accidental death? Like Maria was having a tantrum? And when Aunt Rosa tried to stop her crying, she misjudged how much power she was using and accidentally killed her. Okay.
それで動転して滑って転んで柵に倒れて運悪く死んでしまった。
Then she was so upset that she slipped and fell, landed on the fence, and unluckily died.
どうだよ。
like a Three Stooges act gone terribly wrong. She slipped and fell into a spiky fence. I know, Maria did her crying thing and just strangled her to death.
これで魔女も魔法も出番なしだ。
That way, there's no need for a witch or magic.
そういうわけではないぞ。
Well, that's not quite true.
実はだな、ローザとマリアは。
Actually, Rose and Maria.
うるさい。
Shut up.
お前とは口を聞かないと言っている。
Didn't I say I wasn't talking to you?
目障りだから消えろ。
You're an eyesore, so disappear.
化け物。
You monster. Battler said that without rage, but with a horribly cold voice. That strange behavior was something Beato had noticed right off the bat. In a fight, both of them could go at each other without restraint. However, he wouldn't even step into the ring. She could feel that coldness. Beato didn't find that amusing. She thought about flaring up, but she held back. Maybe even though she was innocent and childish, she had enough sense to realize that she shouldn't pick fights. Make like a ball and bounce. That's always the line I would say if I was trying to go for something like that. I'd be like, pick fights. God, she is so upset. She is actually, her whole life, not her whole life, but she constantly would talk about how she was like, she was bored and she hates boredom, and she was clearly, probably for bad reasons, having fun messing with Battler and his family. And now that Battler's not playing along and she doesn't really have the power to necessarily affect him as much, it's really hitting her. It's quite sad. It's quite pathetic.
そうかよ。
Is that so?
なら姿を消すと。
Then I'll vanish.
どのよ。続きを引き継げ。
Renove, continue for me. Now that she can't neg Battler, he's not being receptive to the negging.
かしこまりました。
Certainly.
よろしいですか、バトラ様。
Would that be satisfactory, Battler Salma?
問題のない申し出です。
There are no problems with her proposal.
バトラ君がベアとの顔を見たくないというなら、それもありかと。
If Battler-kun doesn't want to see Beato's face, perhaps that will do.
好きにしろよ。
Do what you like.
その化け物の顔を見なくて済むなら、なんだって構わないぞ。
If I can live without seeing that monstrous face, I don't care about anything else.
なあ、ちょっと待てよ。
Hey, wait a second.
さっきから化け物と。わらわはひどい言われようではないか。
You keep saying monster, monster, but isn't that a cruel way to speak of me?
なぜにわらわはそこまでバトラに毛嫌いされねばならぬというのか。
Why do you instinctively hate me so much, Battler? I can't tell if Beatrice is insane or if she's just so... Her metaphorical vision is so blinded by, like, can she not see the obvious?
あれらはすべてわらわではなく、わらわの弟子の仕業であろうが。
Even though none of that was me, even though it was all the work of my disciple.
別に俺はさっきのことだけで腹を立ててるわけじゃねえぜ。
It's not like I'm only mad about what happened just now.
一番最初からだ。
It's been like that from the very beginning.
なあ、バトラ
Hey, Battler.
誤解するなよ。
Don't misunderstand, okay?
わらわとそなたはゲームを通して対峙し合うプレイヤー同士なだけではないか。
Aren't we just a pair of players confronting each other through a game?
互いに相手を苦しめるために指し手を探るが。
We look for moves to make things painful for each other, but...
勘違いするな。
Also, I'm still reaffirming my belief. They're gonna end together. By the end of this story, they are gonna be a thing. Through some twisted, psychotic process, this is gonna end with them being an item. And we're gonna probably hate it. Don't get the wrong idea.
俺はお前が魔女を認める認めないのおかしなゲームのライバルだから嫌ってるんじゃない。
I don't hate you because you're my rival in this strange game about whether I accept you as a witch or not.
お前の無意味に残酷なところが
I just
どう
can't
しても許せないだけなんだ。
I just can't forget how senselessly cruel you are.
そりゃ連続殺人を通してのゲームだからな。
Well, serial murders are a part of this game.
多少は残酷になるのはやむを得ないだろう。
It's probably impossible to avoid a little cruelty.
さっきのことだけじゃない。
I'm not just talking about what just happened.
前回だって前々回だって
There was the last time and the time before that too.
みんなの腹を裂いてお菓子を詰め込んだり顔面を耕したり
Tearing everyone's stomachs open and stuffing them with sweets. Plowing their faces.
それに何の意味があったってんだ。
What was the point of all that?
それは
That's... Well...
密室殺人だのトリックだのアリバイだの
When it comes to closed room murders and tricks and alibis,
そこまでは100歩譲ってやる。
I'm willing to give you a pass.
お前は魔法殺人だと主張したいんだから
You wanna claim that this is a murder done by magic?
そういう手の込んだ事件を起こさざるを得ないことを100歩譲って理解してやってもいい。
So I'll grudgingly accept that those complicated crimes need to occur.
しかしあれらのグロテスクな殺人に一体どれほどの意味があるというのか。
But what exactly is the point of all those grotesque murders?
それはその
Well,
別に
nothing much.
そうさ。
That's right.
何の意味もない。
They don't mean anything.
お前はただ悪ふざけて死者を切り刻んで面白がっているだけだ。
You're just fooling around by mangling the corpses for fun.
それは魔女だからとか魔法じゃなきゃできないからとかそういうのじゃない。
That has nothing to do with whether you're a witch or whether it could or couldn't be done with magic.
ただお前が面白半分に残酷の限りを尽くしているだけなんだ。
You're just exploring the depths of cruelty for fun.
それはお前が魔女だからとかそういうことじゃない。
This isn't about whether you're a witch or anything like that.
ただただ人として許せないものがあるからだ。
There are just some things I can't forgive as a human. What?
なんだよその人としてってやつは。
What do you mean as a human?
例えば
For example,
今回のゲームの第1の番の6人。
the 6 people of the first Twilight for this game.
まあじいさまの黒焦げはともかく
Well, other than grandfather being burned black.
他の5人の死体は不要に死者を恥ずかしめない普通の殺し方だった。
The other corpses were killed in a normal way, without any unnecessary shaming of the dead.
凶器が槍だか銃だかははっきりしないがとにかく殺しの中じゃまだ許容できるマシなものだった。
It wasn't clear whether the weapon was a spear or gun, but anyway, as far as killing goes, that was acceptable.
前回前々回の第1の番での非常識さ残酷さに比べればはるかにマシだった。
It was much better than the nonsensical grotesqueness and cruelty from the first Twilight last time, or the time before that.
そして今回の6つの密室をつなげた連鎖密室。
And this time, there were 6 closed rooms tied together to make a closed room chain.
まあまあ面白かったぜ。
That was sort of interesting.
あれをお前とやりとりしてるときは今だから白状するが少しだけ楽しいと思った。
When we were going back and forth with each other that time, to be perfectly honest, I thought it was just a little fun.
自分の存在を認めさせようと必死になるお前と それを否定しようと必死になる俺。
You're frantic to make me accept your existence. I was frantic trying to deny it.
どっちも必死で全力だ。
We were both frantically doing all we could.
おかしな話だが、俺はお前との間にささやかなスポーツマンシップさえ感じたものさ。
This may sound weird, but I felt a faint sense of sportsmanship between the two of us.
俺とお前は相入れない存在だが、
We exist in conflict.
全く理解できない存在でもないかもしれないと、わずかに思えた。
But I faintly thought that we might not be completely unable to understand each other's existence.
だが、その気持ちはついさっき、微塵も残らずに吹き飛んだ。
But just now, that feeling was blown away without a trace. I can accept a murderer. I can love a murderer, but I can't love someone who gets too much pleasure out of torturing the murder victims. I know how to speak.
だからそなたは誤解しておる。
That's what you're misunderstanding.
あれはわらわではなく、
That wasn't me.
違う。
That's not it.
俺はそういう話をしてるんじゃない。
That's not what I'm talking about.
お前はローザおばさんがひどい殺し方を何度も何度も繰り返されるのを見て、
You watched Aunt Rosa being killed horribly over and over.
面白い見せ物だと嘲笑った。
You sneered at it like it was an interesting show.
それを見て、俺は深く失望した。
When I saw that, I was deeply disappointed in you.
お前が今回少しはマシな殺し方を選んだのは何かのちょっとした気まぐれなんであって。
When I realized that your decision to kill them in a slightly better way this time was nothing more than a faint whim,
本来の残酷な勝負には何の変わりもないんだと分かって、
and then
深
nothing
く失望した。
and then nothing had changed in your cruel character. I was deeply disappointed.
それどころか、お前は残酷な死を純粋に楽しんでさえいる。
On the contrary, you're even genuinely enjoying those brutal deaths. I swear, I know I'm hammering this a lot, but like, this is either building up to her being like, well, I can't have that being the lasting image Battler has of me, and like I said, I think she's gonna take back the Endless Witch title somehow, or this is maybe just setting up then, like, her going, maybe she's gonna switch to, like, his side. Maybe she essentially goes and opposes the side of the new Beatrice or something. Yeah, this has been I mean, so far, I mean, we're still in episode 3. It's still crazy to think that I feel like we've started episode 3 a long time ago, but like episode 3 already started at like a very weird pace. Like, it didn't have the big long like preamble like section where we got like a glimpse at like a long ago thing or anything. We literally shot right into we had the little thing that set up young Eva, and then we just were like on it. And then possibly it was probably because they had like a lot of this to like go through, and they're like timing wise. But it's been an interesting episode. You weren't just acting as cruel as you could to bully me. You truly, genuinely enjoy cruelty. Your character lets you enjoy it.
お前はローザおばさんが何度も無ごたらしく殺されているのを俺に楽しいだろうと言った。
You said I would probably think that Aunt Rosa being brutally killed over and over was fun.
嫌味で言ったんじゃない。心底から楽しくて。
You weren't joking.
それを俺にも共感してほしくて楽しいだろうと言ったんだ。
You enjoyed it from the bottom of your heart, wanted me to sympathize, and said that I would probably think it was fun.
その瞬間、俺は失望し、悟った。
In that instant, I lost respect for you and realized the truth.
お前が魔女だとかそうでないとか、そういうことが問題なんじゃない。
The problem isn't whether you're a witch or not.
俺はお前のその残酷さが許せない。
I will not forgive that cruelty of yours.
そして理解できない。
And I can't understand it.
許すこともできない。
I can't forgive it either.
だが魔女を認めるか否定するかというゲームは続ける。
Still, I'll continue this game of whether to accept or deny witches.
自ら降りて敗北を認めたりはしないさ。
I won't step down and accept my own defeat.
だがそのゲームにお前の無意味な残酷さは何の必要もない。
However, your pointless cruelty is absolutely unnecessary for that game.
だから俺はお前を対戦相手として認めないことにする。
So, I've decided I won't accept you as my opponent.
ロノベの方が100倍増した。
Renove is 100 times better.
お前のような残酷趣味はない。
It doesn't have the same cruel hobby you do.
あったとしても俺の前でそれをひけらかす悪趣味はない。
Even if he doesn't have the awful taste to show it off in front of me. I know, he basically just did the I'm done playing with you meme. I'm Renove. I'm now, you're being replaced with Renove. Straight up. Toy Story dropping Woody action. That's the meme, right? I'm done playing with you. Just casts her off.
そうさ。お前は悪趣味だ。
That's right. You have awful taste.
残酷で心がなく。だから理解することができない。
You're heartless and cruel, so you can't understand. She's jealous. I just need Battler to call her a bum now. You bum.
相手として不快だ。
That's unpleasant in an opponent.
だから俺はお前の顔を二度と見たくない。
So I don't want to see your face again. As Battler went on and on by himself, Beato was shocked into silence for a long time. Maybe she couldn't understand what she was being told, and this was a sign that she was doing all she could in an effort to understand. She's cycling through the emotions. She doesn't know what to say. She's discombobulating. For a while, she kept switching between angry expressions, frustrated expressions, bold expressions, as though it's like short-circuiting, as though even she herself didn't know what attitude she should take. In the end, she made her face into a candid expression, as though she had come to her senses, and shrugged her shoulders as though she was tired. Is it possible for me to feel bad for Beatrice here? For Beato? Probably not. I half-jokingly, longingly have said, from early on in this playthrough here, I could fix her. In that case, do as you like. From now on, I'll continue this game through Renove. You have no complaints as long as I don't show myself, right?
とりあえずはな。
Oh, he's leaving the door open. For the time being.
だが、お前の重ねてきた残酷な行為の数々を、俺は絶対に許さない。
But I definitely won't forgive all your cruel actions up until now.
だから絶対にお前を認めない。
And I definitely won't accept you.
そのためにも、お前に売られた喧嘩を俺から降りない。
For that reason as well, I won't back down from this fight you've picked.
そして絶対に負けない。
And I definitely won't lose.
それだけだ。
That's all there is to it.
ベアト、
Beato,
これ以上言い訳を重ねても彼の心象は変わりませんよ。
no matter how many more excuses you give, his impression will not waver.
後で話があります。
I have something to talk about later. Oh, Virgilia's gonna have a heart-to-heart with Beato here. And now they're both castaway Beatrices. Old has-beens.
それまで下がっていなさい。
Until then, stay back. Indeed. Understood. Gosh, she's so pathetic. And I'll vanish until... Then I'll vanish until you call. She definitely strikes the... So everyone else is gonna, like, be in this whatever... I mean, I know this isn't a one-to-one, you know, intention of, like, the art in the background's not what they're at, but I imagine they're in a room, you know, Renove, Battler, Virgilia here, Beato wasn't here. She leaves, but then she's, like, the type of person, she would, like, be peering, like a child. She'd be, like, peering through, like, a door crack, just watching. Like, and being super obvious about it, like, that she's, like, looking at them, but, like, she's not trying to be super obvious, but, like, Battler can just see her, and he's, like, getting frustrated still. But she can't, like, help herself. She's like, I gotta be a part of this. Looking lonely, Beato turned her back to them and vanished. Battler watched, a slightly displeased expression on his face. He thought his argument had been valid, but for some reason, his mood didn't clear up. She's an idiot.
そうですね。
That's true.
バカで素直です。
An idiot, and a straightforward one.
あのバカ。ローザおばさんが残酷に殺されるところを俺と見て。
That idiot watched Aunt Rosa get killed horribly with me.
満面の笑みで振り返りやがった。
Then turned around with a huge smile on her face.
あの残酷症。本気で俺と笑い合えると信じてやがったんだ。
She really believed that she could laugh with me at that cruel show.
俺とその感情を共有できると本気で信じてやがった。
She really believed that I could sympathize with that emotion.
あの無邪気な笑顔を見て、俺は最低な気持ちになったぜ。
Looking at that innocent smile, I felt just horrible.
むしろこれまでのように意地悪な面で言われた方がずっとマシだった。
It would have been much better if she'd said it with her normal bullying face.
畜生。
Damn it.
お嬢様は友達というものを持った試しのない方です。
The lady has never had the experience of having a friend. Yeah, let's all dogpile on her. Yeah, kick her when she's at her lowest. Let's go. She's lonely. She can't call anyone a friend.
それどころか、あれほど強く物を言われたことさえなかったでしょう。
Renove had no problem saying that about her. She's like, yeah, I've been with her, I've been under her and working for her for a long time, and let me tell you, no one, literally no one considers her a friend. In addition, she has probably never had something spoken to her that strongly.
私もマダムも共に付き人。
Madam and I are her attendants.
何を申し上げてもお耳には届きません。
No matter what we say, it will not reach her ears.
お嬢様にはこれも。
For milady, this is also...
ふざけるな。
Don't screw with me.
俺はあいつの友達になった覚えはないぞ。
I don't remember ever becoming her friend.
そうでございますね。
That's true enough.
失礼いたしました。
My apologies.
一つだけあなたに感謝を。
There is one thing I'd like to thank you for.
あの子のゲームを降りないでくれてありがとう。
Thank you for not backing down from that child's game. She spoke words of gratitude, but for some reason Battler made a displeased face. Then, as though in self-derision, he chuckled.
魔女やら悪魔やらに礼を言われるようになっちゃ俺もおしまいだな。
Now that I've even got witches and demons thanking me, I'm screwed.
ゲームを再開しようぜ。
Let's resume the game.
もちろん手心を加えるつもりはないからな。
Of course, I don't intend to go easy on you. Alright, so one thing that I'm just now, not like, sort of just now putting together, and that like, now coming to fully grips with, or full understanding, is that for a while, I was like, oh, if someone takes the seat of Beatrice, they're gonna be the one who would be facing off against Battler in this game. But that doesn't seem to be the case. It was really just a side thing that Beatrice was having for shits and giggles with Battler. From what I'm now, like, understanding. So now that they've had their little spat, he's like, I don't want to play with you anymore. Renove can play in your place or whatever. And that's totally fine. She accepts that. Everyone's fine with that. But, like, it does away with my original, like, thinking that it was, like, a game between the title Beatrice and the Endless Witch versus Battler. But that's not the case. It was really a game just between Beato and Battler.
望むところです。
And I think I'd rather have it that way anyway. Like, I don't know if I really want, like, Battler going into a battle of words between, like, young Eva. Like, I'm fine with young Eva doing her chaos thing. I don't think I need her versus Battler. Renova says I wouldn't have it any other way.
お嬢様と違い、私は熱くはなりませんよ。
Unlike Milady, I do not get agitated.
俺の手はすでに刺したぜ。
I've already made my move.
ローザおばさんが犯人で、事故死と仮定すれば魔女は否定できる。
If we suppose that Aunt Rosa is the culprit and died in an accident, I can deny the witch.
ローザおばさんを疑いたくはないが、ベアトをぶっ潰すために、今はあえてそうだと仮定する。
I don't want to suspect Aunt Rosa, but I think I can bear to accept that premise if it'll beat the hell out of Beato.
赤で否定を行います。
I'll deny it with red.
ローザとマリアの二人は他殺です。
Rosa's and Maria's deaths were homicides.
よし、
Okay,
そこから始めようじゃねえか。
let's start from there.
くそ、盛り上がらねえぜ。
I was literally just about to say, with the music that's currently playing, it carries a different mood. Like, how is Battler supposed to get up and get pumped for this fight? Like, Beatrice was the perfect face and the perfect person to, like, to rile Battler up. But immediately my question answered, like, yeah, he's like, ah, shit, this doesn't feel the same. Renove, I'm sure you're a fine man and everything, but, just not the same type of target. With Rosa's and Maria's deaths, it was now clear that the culprit was still hiding somewhere, trying to add even more murders to this chain. As she shed tears, Rudolph scolded Rosa's corpse for being reckless several times, as he shed tears. That makes a bit more sense. But Rosa would never respond to that again. They decided to place the two corpses in one of the guest rooms and to seal it until the police arrived. The second murder? No, the murder of the second Twilight had delivered a heavy blow to everyone. It had blown away the optimism that some of them had held, the thought that a crime didn't actually occur, and it was all a game or a farce by Kinzo and the servants. Trying to distract themselves from the loss of the people they liked, George and Jack liked? I mean, I'm not, maybe shouldn't be questioning how close their familiar ties are, but like, Rosa? Maybe one of the least liked of the adults amongst them. Amongst the adults, she was probably the least liked. And then, no, as far as I can tell, no one liked Maria, including her own mom. So, like, Alright, trying to distract themselves from the loss of the people they like, George and Jessica had spent the whole time since morning talking about every possibility. And they distracted their hearts by supposing that these murders might actually have all been an act. That Shannon and Cannon were only pretending to be dead. When the next murder occurred, destroyed that thought. And they were once again struck by the fact that the person they liked had most definitely been killed. Yeah, I know. I'm being somewhat heartless when I was saying that. Probably seeing anyone that you have some kind of... anyone dying, especially someone you have a blood tie to, is probably upsetting. I was being kind of cruel. Yeah, and yeah, she was young. She's young. I mean, I'm far from calling myself like a perfect person or anything, but if like if I personally was in this, like, let's say I'm in the role of George, but it's like my personality and brain, I'd be like, man, this sucks to see because I know Maria is abused by her mom constantly, and now she's dead. So I would be like, this is a sad thing to have happened. The tears that they thought had died away began to drip down once more, and Battler couldn't think of anything to say to them. Oh, but that is a good point. With Maria gone, that means no more ooze for this episode. Yeah! After that, all the adults checked that all the rooms were safe and locked, just in case. They made certain that the shutters on all of the windows were down and locked, and they confirmed that no one suspicious was hiding anywhere. On top of that, they checked their weapons once again, and checked with each other to make sure that they were mentally prepared so that they wouldn't hesitate to fire off a preemptive shot if they saw the shadow of a mysterious person. Oh, someone's gonna get accidentally killed. There's for sure gonna be some friendly fire here. Oh, I can feel it. Rosa's gun had been found near the scene of the crime. Someone had gone out of their way to leave it there, so everyone suspected that it was some kind of trap. But when Hideyoshi delicately used a fire iron to fire off test shots, it was able to discharge without incident. The first gunshot actually startled me slightly. I wasn't ready for it. I looked away from the monitors for like a second, and I just heard like gunshots in my ear. Oh my god. I'm still rattled by the fireworks last night. Alright, so since the 5 shots loaded into it had discharged without any problems, they reloaded it with bullets and handed it over to the only adult male who wasn't armed, Hideyoshi. However, the fact that it had been able to fire off 5 shots gave rise to a certain paranoia. This short barrel Winchester could hold only 5 shots. In other words, Rosa hadn't fired even once. And yet the two had probably been killed by someone with their bare hands. Which meant there was a possibility that the crime had been committed by someone whose face they knew.
最初の殺人が起きた時、
When the first murder occurred,
私は内心これが全て芝居である可能性を考えたの。
I probably thought of the possibility that it was all an act.
南條先生には悪いけど、実は南條先生もグルで、
My apologies to Dr. Nanjo, but if he had actually been an accomplice,
何かお父様が凝りに凝った大芝居を打った可能性もあると思った。
I thought the deaths of all the servants might possibly have been a massive, elaborate act by father.
だって彼らの密室状況は彼らの自作自演を想定しない限り生み出せないのだもん。
After all, closed room situation they were in couldn't have been created unless we suppose it was all an act.
僕た
Or
ちも
magic. We also
それを疑いました。
suspected that.
いえ、
No.
今もそうであってほしいと信じてます。
I still don't believe that's the case.
申し訳ないがそれはありません。
My apologies, but that is not so.
私も老いぼれです。
I am quite old.
誤診もあるかもしれない。
I might possibly make a misdiagnosis.
しかし生き死にを間違えるようなことは絶対にない。
However, I would never mistake whether they were alive or dead.
分かってるよ。
I get it.
わざわざそれを口に出すなよ、南條先生。
Don't go out of your way to say it out loud, Dr. Nanjo.
すみません。
Jesus, my apologies. He's trying his best. They had no way of knowing, but Beato had already used the red to proclaim the deaths of the 6. No, the deaths of all victims so far in this game. That faint dream that it was all a farce, that the victims were actually alive. I'm sorry to say it, but that's impossible.
となりゃこの島に屋敷に精通した何者かが潜んでいて。
In that case, it makes more sense to assume it's someone familiar with the mansion.
練りに練った犯行を実行したと考える方が自然だろうよ。
Someone hiding around and carrying out a really well-polished crime.
つまりこの島には台風が来て外界と途絶された時点で18人以上の人間がいたんだ。
So, ever since the typhoon came to this island and sealed it off from the outside world, there's been more than 18 people here. Of course, there was no way for them to know about that either. That claim of Rudolph's had also been denied and read. There were no more than 18 humans on this island.
こう考えると少しは辻褄が合うのかし
They're
ら。
all, in other words, they're all fucked. Because they don't get the special details. I might have a way to look at it that keeps things consistent, at least a little.
つまり隠れ潜んでいる何者かは 本来は今島にいるはずのない人物。
Simply put, this person in hiding is someone who shouldn't really be on this island right now.
にもかかわらずローザさんが油断するような顔見知りの人物である可能性よ。
And yet, there's a likelihood that they were someone Rosa-san knew, someone she'd let her guard down around. So,
それは例えば
for example,
この2日間のシフトに当たっていない使用人などですか？
could it be a servant who wasn't on this 2-day shift?
それを言われると弱い。
It's hard to be certain about that one.
我々は勤務を終えた彼らが離島するのを切符切りのように確認しているわけで
When our servants finish their work and leave the island, it isn't as though we punch their ticket or something to make sure.
数日前のシフトの使用人が離島したふりをして島内に留まっていたかもしれないと仮定した。
If we're supposing that a servant on a shift from a few days ago only pretended to leave the island and actually stayed here,
否定するのは難しいね。
that would be hard to deny.
ローザさんもアホちゃうと思うで。
I don't think Rosa-san is such a fool.
いるはずのない使用人がひょっこり姿を現したら普通は警戒バリバリや。
If a servant who wasn't supposed to be here popped up in front of you, who wouldn't be on their guards?
顔見知りの犯行と決めつけるのもどうかと思うわ。
I'm not even sure we should be assuming that it was someone she recognized.
暗がりから突然ローザが襲われて銃を奪われそうになった。
Maybe they've suddenly attacked Rosa from the darkness and were about to steal her gun.
そしたらローザが転んで柵に頭を打ち動かなくなった。
Then Rosa fell, hit her head against the fence, and stopped moving.
ゲストハウスが近かったので銃声を嫌い素手でマリアちゃんを殺した。
The guest house was nearby and they wanted to avoid the sound of gunfire, so they killed Maria-chan with their bare hands.
そういう可能性もあるね。
There's also that possibility.
ただ、そうだとしてもだ。
Still, even if that is the case,
現場にわざわざローザの銃を残していくだろうか。
would they really intentionally leave Rosa's gun at the scene of the crime?
犯人が何を武装しているか知らねえが、こちらの銃は不安要素のはずだ。
We don't know what the culprit's armed with, but they've got to feel insecure about our guns.
その一丁をなびけるチャンスだったはずだぜ。
Wasn't that a perfect chance for them to thin out our supply?
なぜわざわざ現場に残したんだ。
Why would they intentionally leave it at the scene of the crime?
私は初めその銃を罠だと思ったの。
At first, I thought that gun was a trap.
チェス盤思考だとそうなる。
That's what chessboard thinking says it should be. Ah, yes, chessboard
わざわ
thinking.
ざ残した以上私たちの誰かに手に取らせたい。
By purposefully leaving it, they wanted to make one of us touch it.
そして引き金を引かせたいに違いない。
And they must have wanted to make us pull the trigger.
てっきり暴発して大怪我を負わせるような危険な仕掛けがされてるに違いないと思ってたわ。
To make it explode and cause massive injuries.
でも現に大丈夫や。
But it was actually okay.
おそらく犯人も焦っとったんとちゃうか。
The culprit probably panicked.
今頃銃を奪うチャンスを逃したことを後悔しとるに決まっとるで。
I'll bet that right now they're regretting that they missed their chance to steal a gun.
なんだか
The all-powerful gun. I don't like it.
銃なんか怖くもないっていう魔女のメッセージみたいでムカつくぜ。
Ticks me off like it's a message from the witch, saying she isn't even scared of guns.
しかしいずれにせよ恐ろしい相手ですね。
However, in any event, this is truly a fearsome opponent.
ローザさんが銃を持っていることははためにも分かったはず。
Even at a glance, they should have been able to tell that Rosa had a gun.
にもかかわらず襲いかかるとは。
To think that they attacked her despite that.
銃を恐れないという点を私たちは軽視するべきではありません。
The fact that they are unafraid of guns should not be taken lightly. Indeed.
夏日の言う通りだ。
It says Natsui
こ
says,
れまで以上に用心すべきだ。
we should probably be even more cautious than we have been.
念のためなんだけど、
This is just for peace of mind, but
ローザさんたちが外に出たと思われる頃、
At the time we think Rosa-san was attacked outside,
みんなはどこにいたのかしら。
where was everyone?
私と夏日、そしてルドルフとキリエさんはここで一緒だった。
Natsui and I were here, along with Rudolph and Kairi-san.
私がアリバイを保証する。
I can guarantee their alibis.
わしとエヴァも一緒だったで。
Even I were together.
わしが保証するわ。
I can guarantee that.
俺とジョージの兄貴ジェシカも一緒だったぜ。
George Niki, Jessica and I were together.
ローザおばさんに2階へ戻ってろと怒鳴られ、
When Aunt Rosa yelled at us to return to the second floor,
すごすごといとこ部屋へ引き返したさ。
we retraced our steps back to the cousin's room, all dejected.
あの時
Back then,
マリアを行かせなければ。
if we hadn't let Maria go,
それを言ってももうどうしようもないよ。
saying that isn't going to change anything.
南條先生は
Dr. Nanjo?
私は2階の部屋で本を読んでおりました。
I was reading a book in a room on the second floor.
一人でおりましたので、誰にもアリバイは証明できませんが、
I was by myself, so no one can verify my alibi,
子供たちと一緒に2階へ戻ったのは皆さんも見ているはずです。
but I believe everyone saw me return to the second floor with the children.
これを言い出したらキリがないが、
Once I say this, it will never end.
窓から飛び降りてローザを襲って、
But what if you jumped out of the window, attacked Rosa,
雨どいでもよじ登ってまた戻ってきた。
then climbed back up using a rain gutter or something? So Rudolph is claiming, what if from the second floor you jumped out the window, attacked them, and then came back through with a rain, you shimmied up a rain gutter. You shimmied up a building as if you were an enemy in the hit game LA Noire. Shimmied on the side of the building like truly his son's father. Yep. Yep.
めっそうもない。
Don't be absurd.
この楼体に2階から飛び降りたりよじ登ったりなどというゲートをできるわけがありません。
How could I perform a feat such as jumping down from the second story or climbing up with this old body?
やめましょう。
Let us stop suspecting each other.
それよりも互いを信頼し合って子供たちのためにもここの安全を死守することの方が先決です。
It's more important that we trust each other and, for the children's sakes as well, defend this place until the very end.
そう
You're right.
だ。夏日さんの言う通りだ。
Just like Natsui-san says.
今は内部を疑い合うのをやめよう。
For now, let's stop suspecting each other.
そうね。
That's right.
犯人探しなんて私たちには無用かもしれないわ。
We may be useless as far as searching for the culprit is concerned.
ただ明日まで生き残り警察に通報してその指示に従うだけ。
We can only stay alive until tomorrow, inform the police and follow their instructions.
犯人が誰かなんて警察が必ず暴き出してくれるのだから。
Because the police will definitely expose who the culprit is.
どうしたんやエヴァ。
What is it, Eva?
まだ体調は悪いんとちゃうか。
Is your body still feeling bad?
母さんどうしたの？
Oh no. Is she starting to feel bad again? Oh no. Oh no! Mother, what's wrong?
大丈夫？
Are you okay?
ごめんなさい。
Now you have like, if this is true, if it's she starts feeling sick every time young Eva is gonna like manifest herself, like you have now just like this, you have like this this warning sign. You have like like a warning alarm that she like the witch is coming. Sorry.
まだ熱が高いみたいなの。
It looks like my fever is still strong.
大丈夫だから放っておいて。
I'll be fine, so leave me alone. When they looked, they saw Eva staring at the floor, her breathing harsh again. See, like Eva just passed out. Just, I'm fine. She had been able to act firm for a time due to the urgency of their situation, but it seemed her body wasn't at its best after all.
ええ、
Die. Wait, one sec. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
あの二人は私が殺した。
Oh, I should have read that as like, yeah, I killed those two.
これで黄金のことを知っているのは私たちだけ。
Now, we're the only ones who know about the gold.
他の兄弟たちにはかけら一つだって譲りはしないの。
I won't give up even a scrap to the other siblings.
なんてことを。
What have you done?
あれだけの莫大な黄金なのよ。
Wait, so Eva does know. So Eva is aware? Is she she knows. She knows it's her inner self who killed Maria and Rosa just because they had some sense of the gold and shit. Well, I guess Maria didn't know about the gold, but great. All right, what have you done? There was so much of that gold, right?
ローザたちに分け前をあげたって全く問題はなかったでしょうに。
Giving Rosa and others a share wouldn't have been a problem at all, right?
あるわよ。
It would.
あれは後宮家の当主だけが引き継げる黄金なの。
That gold is to be passed on only to the head of the Ushirimiya family.
だからこそそれは全て丸ごと当主の栄誉そのものなの。
That's because it, as a whole, represents no more or less than the honor of the head.
それにわずかほどでも傷をつけることは
To wound that even a tiny bit
この私新しき黄金の魔女メアトリーチェが絶対に許さないわ。
is definitely not something that I, the new Golden Witch, Beatrice, will permit. Man, she was so ready to take on, like, this role. We saw before young Eva became Beatrice here. We knew she was ready to have, like, so much power at her disposal. Giggle, 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 giggle.
あなたは魔女の碑文通りに殺人を続けるつもりなの？
Do you plan to continue these murders according to the witch's epitaph?
まさかあと5人も人殺しを続けるつもりなの？
Do you actually plan to become a murderer 5 more times? Yeah. Okay, so question, is Eva Pizza gonna kill George and Hideyoshi? See, and that goes along close to a question I was just about to ask. If Eva, the Eva we know, adult Eva, is fully in on that it's her internal doings, or now I don't think she actually has control over Eva Beatrice in the slightest at this point, but does Eva say something? This is, to me, this is now one of the more interesting questions and dilemmas we have here. So we have all these other people running around like chickens, with their heads cut off, and they're like, oh fuck, who could have killed her? It must have been, someone. But Eva has the key to answer everything. Now, would others believe her if she said it was a magic witch? And I mean, no, they would probably say you're having one of your fevers and you're delusional or something. But like, at least could she try? Could she try to say and tell them? Because like I said, she now has the key to the answer of like how the people are being killed and stuff, and could maybe potentially help the situation. Or is her desire for wanting to be the head and have access to the gold, even though if it is it really hers at that point? Not 100% sure, but first canon person to know the murderer. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah. So then the question is, what's she gonna do with that knowledge, with the power of knowledge? Okay, so Eva says, yeah.
その面倒な儀式を終えないと私の魔女としての力は完全なものにならないらしいの。
If I don't finish that annoying ceremony, it seems my power as a witch won't become complete.
ねえ、私。
Hey, me.
この魔女の力は本当にすごいわ。
Just gonna figure out that she needed her family, like 3 more relatives go. The power of the witch is really awesome.
私たちが妄想してきた全てが本当に実現できる。
It really can make all the crazy things we imagine become reality.
夢が夢でなくなる力なの。
The power to make dreams more than just dreams.
この力を知ってしまったら、もう魔女はやめられない。
Now that I've learned of this power, I can no longer stop being a witch.
儀式を完全に終えて、私の力が完全なものになれば、きっとそれをあなたにも教えてあげられるわ。
If I can finish the ceremony and make my power complete, I'm sure I'll be able to teach you that feeling too. Stop acting like a fool.
魔女ごっこはもう十分でしょ。
My apologies. Stop acting like an fool. Haven't you played at being a witch enough?
私たちは黄金を見つけたわ。
We found the gold,
そして次期当主の座だって約束されてるわ。
and we've even been promised the position of the successor.
ほんの少しの綱渡りは必要だろうけど、もうそれは絶対に叶う夢。
We'll probably need a tightrope walk just a bit, but by now that's a dream that will definitely come true. Eva, I appreciate the trying to appeal to some logical sense here, but young Eva Beatrice has seen a power even greater than just head of the family and the gold. Like, young Eva's like, oh, magic? I can become an endless witch? Oh, yeah, that, I mean, head of the family, the gold, that's like minuscule compared to what I have now. I'm not gonna give that up.
なのにこれ以上、あなたは何を望むというの？
Beyond that, what more could you wish for?
私は魔女になりたかったわ。
I wanted to become a witch.
私、そんな夢なんか知らないわよ。
I don't give a damn about that dream.
そうよ。
That's right.
その夢を持ち続けてるから、私はこの年のままで生きながらえているの。
Because I kept holding on to that dream, I've lived at this age forever.
あなたはその夢を大人になることで捨てたわ。
When you became an adult, you threw that dream away.
いくら待てども時計を持ったウサギなど訪れないし。
No matter how long you wait, the rabbit holding a clock won't visit you.
ハンプティ・ダンプティにも会えはしない。
Humpty Dump, and you won't be able to meet Humpty Dumpty.
もちろんトランプの国に招かれたりも絶対にない。
Of course, you definitely won't be invited to the land of cards.
あなたはそう諦めてしまったから大人になったのよ。
Because you gave up and accepted all that, you became an adult.
だからもう魔女になりたいなんて思わない。
So you don't want to become a witch or anything like that anymore.
それが本当の自分の夢であったことも忘れてしまったの。
You've even forgotten that it truly was your own dream at one point.
とにかくやめて。
Anyway, stop it!
私はもう二つの夢を手に入れている。
I've already gotten my hands on 2 dreams.
黄金と当主の座。
The gold and the position of head.
それでもう十分なの。
So no head. That's more than enough.
だからお願い。あんたの夢なんて知ったことじ
I
ゃ
kill
ない。
myself. So please, your dream has nothing to do with me.
おとなしくしてて。
Stand down.
いやよ。
No way.
魔法面白いもの。
Magic's too interesting.
それにあなたの2つの夢は私の魔法のおかげで叶ったのよ。
Also, those 2 dreams of yours both came true because of my magic.
なのに私の夢は叶えてはいけないなんて不公平よ。
It wouldn't be fair if my dream didn't come true too.
あなたの魔法には感謝してるし、あなたこそが本当の魔女だと私は認めてるわ。
I'm grateful for your magic and I acknowledge that you're a real witch.
だからもうおとなしく私の胸の中に帰って。
So just stand down and return to the inside of my heart.
そして二度と現れないで。
And never appear again.
いや
If there would be any way she would accept that. No way.
私たちお互いに勘違いしてるわね。
We're both misunderstanding each other, aren't we?
そうよ。私はもうあんたじゃないの。
That's right. I am not you anymore. Oh no. Oh no, with this line? You know what? Eva Beatrice is not above just killing regular Eva. In fact, this is financial advice. This is the financial advice segment of my stream here. Bet the house that Eva Beatrice kills Eva in this round. I'm telling you right now, mortgage your house, take out your whole life savings. This is 100% guaranteed to happen. Bet that Eva Beatrice kills Eva. Financial segment is over. You are Ishinomiya Eva. I am the Golden Witch Beatrice. And if I end up being wrong, I will just edit that section out. So there will be no trace of me being wrong. I'll go into the archive video and I'll snip that part out. So it's not my responsibility to go back inside your heart. I guess I feel like a butterfly who's broken out of her cocoon, meaning you. The fever is making my mind cloudy. My inexperience with magical power is forcing me to support it with your vitality. Ah. Until I finish the ceremony and become a full witch, you might have to bear the burden. Oh, already. Oh no, my betting the house on her taking out Eva, maybe with this line, is already wavering. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, she might have to, Eva might get a pass just because she has to be around. Oh no. Oh no. Take back the bets. Don't submit. I'll take that as payment for making 2 of your dreams come true. It's fine. Don't worry, okay? For the remaining 5 sacrifices, I'll avoid your family. Oh man, Eva, it's a good deal. Take it, take it. You're already fucked. You're already outmatched. Take the deal. Save George and Hideyoshi. Say it in red. Let's see. Rudolph, Kairi, Kraus, Natsui. After that, what about that old geezer Nanjo? Perfect. I'll kill those 5 people. Could you call this a murder announcement revealed only to you? Man, I'm pissed that I'm seeing Kairi's name brought up again, though. God damn it. We can never have anything nice. Ah, giggle, 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 giggle. It's for real. Eva finally crouched down. Hideyoshi rushed up to her and lent her his shoulder. Okay, well now, again, this only makes the point even more important. What does Eva do with this knowledge? Because let's say Eva Beatrice does actually plan to kill those 5. Eva knows not only who the murderer is in this case, but knows the 5 that are going to be targeted, potentially. She has, what's the joke? Man, fucking Eva has the opportunity to do the most funny thing ever right now. If she could somehow thwart Eva is a hero we may need in this episode. The unlikely hero. In her feverish state and all. Are you okay?
無理せんと休もう。
Let's take it easy and rest.
大丈夫かね。
Are you alright?
南條先生、エヴァ。
Dr. Nanjo, take a look at Eva. When Nanjo and George tried to approach, Eva made a gesture to stop them.
ありがとう。
Thank you.
大丈夫よ、南條先
I'm fine, Dr. Nanjo.
生。薬なら飲んでるの。
I'm taking medicine.
こんな非常事態で申し訳ないけど、
I apologize for saying this during such an extreme situation,
もう少しだけ休ませてもらうわ。
but let me rest a little longer.
母さん、僕も肩を貸すよ。
Mom, I'll lend a hand too.
ありがとう。
Thank you.
お父さんが見ててくれるから平気よ。
But I'll be fine as long as your father watches over me. Him and his magic hand.
あなたは2階のいとこ部屋に戻って決して出てこないように。
Go back to the second story cousin's room and don't come out no matter what.
いいわね。
Understood?
何があってもゲストハウスを出ちゃダメよ。
No matter what happens, you must not leave the guest house.
外には
Outside,
あの魔女が。
that witch will...
もう喋るなや。
Don't talk anymore.
みんなすまんな。わしはエヴァを部屋で看病しとる。
Sorry everyone, but I'll be watching over Eva in our room.
なんかあったら呼んでや。
Tell us if something happens. Hideyoshi and Eva retreated from the lobby. However, Eva wasn't the only one who wasn't feeling good. They hadn't gotten a wink of sleep since the previous night and had been pressed by tension since that morning. They were mustering their energy to protect their families. But if they relaxed even a little, surely everyone would be down and out.
ここまでは順調であるが、ここからが難しいぞ。
Everything has gone as planned until now, but from here on out, it'll become difficult, you see.
難しいとは？
Difficult meaning... Indeed.
大抵の場合、儀式が進行するにつれ犠牲者が増えると、彼らは守りを固めるようになる。
Normally, as the ceremony progresses and the victims increase in number, they begin to tighten their guard.
多くの場合、ひとところに固まって動かなくなるのだ。
And in most cases, they hole up in one place and stop moving.
それは我らにとって非常に都合が悪い。
That is extremely inconvenient for us.
それは私たち魔女が群れた人間に劣るということですか？
Are you saying that we witches are inferior to a bunch of humans in a group?
魔女が人間に劣ることはない。
Witches are never inferior to humans.
ただ、時代が変わり、人間が毒を持つようになったというべきか。
However, perhaps you could say that times change, and that humans have gotten their hands on a poison.
大昔の魔法が信じられていた時代は問題なかったのだが、
This wasn't a problem long ago when people believed in witches.
現代人はあの小憎たらしいバトラがそうであるように、基本的に魔法を否定する。
But just like that annoyance battler, people in the current era deny magic on a fundamental level.
つまり、存在自体が反魔法的なんだ。
In other words, their existence itself is anti-magical.
その結果、彼らはいつの間にか体内に魔法を否定する毒素を有するようになった。
As a result, at some point, they grew to possess a toxin inside their bodies that denies magic.
つまり人間の数が多ければ多いほど、
In other words, you're saying that the more humans there are,
その反魔法の毒素が強くなって私たち魔女には不利だとおっしゃられるのですか？
the stronger that magic-resisting toxin gets, and the greater the disadvantage is for us witches?
彼らの魔法を否定する心の力、すなわち対魔法抵抗力の合計値がそのまま魔法力の分母となるわけだ。
The combined amount of power in their hearts that denies magic. In other words, their magic resistance power becomes a denominator in the equation of your magic's power. I'm sorry, this is such a weird, what a weird thing to just write. Okay. Just a weird concept.
わかる
Understood? Understand, I mean?
そなたにはちと難しいか
Is that a bit too difficult for you?
ご冗談を。
You're joking.
実に簡単にわかります。
Actually, I understand it easily.
つまり魔法を信じない人間が多ければ多いほど、
In other words, you're saying that the more people there are who don't believe in magic,
そしてその意志が強ければ強いほど、
and
魔
the
法
strong
は効果を劇的に助産されるとおっしゃっておられるのですね。
and the stronger their will is, the more the effects of our magic are divided.
なるほど。そのような計算式ならば攻め方を考え直さなければなりません。
Yeah, if it's so formulaic, I'll have to rethink my method of attack. Fundamentally, magic possesses a vast power. It can even make a rain of fire fall from the heavens or divide a sea, and reviving a lost life isn't impossible either. However, power is extremely weak against the toxin that rejects it. I know this whole game story has been about witches and magic and stuff, so I know there's a slight joke when I say this, but like, what? Okay, so humans possess a sort of toxin inside their heart that repels witches and their magic and everything, and you get enough of them in a single room, and that power is just too much to overcome. And that toxin started piling up in humans since the time they forgot to respect things sacred. Until finally, this earth was covered with enough toxin that the miracles of magic could not be displayed. Thus, witches from across the world were chased from their dwellings. They had been forced to choose to throw away their magic and live as humans, or else live in hiding in remote areas where the toxin of humans didn't reach. Witches walk amongst us, even to current day. There could be witches among us you don't know. In that sense, Rokenjima, with its population of only a few dozen humans, was extremely favorable for witches. And even more favorable was the existence of the ghost story about the witch who lived in the Rokenjima forest. In other words, by permeating the island with a fear that a witch might exist, the magic-resisting toxin from the humans was weakened. Small population, and room for them to acknowledge magical beings. In other words, minds that were only weakly anti-magical. Only by existing in the valley, where those two converged, could a witch live in modern times. I see.
つまりその計算式によるならば、魔女が効率よく力を振るうにはいくつかのルールがあることになりますね。
So, using this formula, we can arrive at several rules for how a witch can use her power efficiently.
一つは演出。
The first is presentation.
人間の仕業とは思えない殺人を演出し、オカルト的な装飾を施して
Create a murder scene that couldn't conceivably have been done by humans, decorate it in an occult way,
彼らに魔女の存在を強くアピールし、浸透させることによって彼らは魔女の存在を信じるようになり
make it look very much like a witch exists, and permeate people with fear to make them believe that witches exist.
その結果反魔法力が減少して魔法力の分母の減少も図られる
As a result, the anti-magic power and the denominator for our magical power will be decreased.
なるほど第一の番の不気味な魔法陣の演出などはこれに当たるわけですか
I see. So this is why the creepy magic circles of the first Twilight were created.
そうよ、その通り。
That's right. Exactly.
毎回の第一の番のどぎつい演出は全てそのためのものなんだ。
The gaudy scenes for the first Twilight in each game are all for that reason.
別に決してわらわが残酷なのが好きで面白半分でやっていたわけではないのですよ。
It's definitely not as though I like being cruel or am doing it for fun.
だとしたら
Yeah,
先代
Eva.
様
I mean, yeah, Beatrice, we believe you. In that case, predecessor Sama,
今回のは失敗ですね
you failed this time around.
殺し方が非常に地味でした
You killed them in a very plain way.
ただのミステリーにしか見えません
Doesn't look like anything more than a simple mystery.
ロノウェイに聞いていますが 前回や前々回のように遺体をもっと派手に損壊して
I heard about last time and the time before that from Renove.
ファンタジーに見せかけ彼らに恐怖心を植え付けるべきでしたね。
You should have damaged the corpses more grotesquely, like you did then, making it more look more like fantasy and instilling fear in those people.
まあそうだな。
Well, about that.
毎回それでは芸がないと思ってな。
I thought it wouldn't be artful to do that every time, you see.
深く考えるでない。気まぐれだ。
Don't think too deeply on it, it's just a whim. Actually, it really had been her whim. After what Badlard said to her, she couldn't say it out loud anymore. But she really had decided her methods of killing based on mere whims. Wait, did I read that right? But she really had decided her methods of killing based on mere... Okay. No. It'd be better to say that she had half-heartedly let Renove decide. After all, she left the closed rooms of this game's first twilight to him. But if she'd had a cruel idea, then she would surely have explored the limits of atrocity even worse than in the previous game.
ローザとマリアの殺し方についても先代様は自重するようにおっしゃられましたが
You told me to show some restraint when deciding Rosa's and Maria's deaths, too.
それも私たち魔女に利する行為ではありませんね。
But that wasn't a course of action beneficial to us witches either, was it?
実際彼らは現時点では魔女が実在するなんてこれっぽっちも信じてません。
In actuality, by now, none of them believe one bit that a witch actually exists.
ファンタジーでなく完全にミステリーだと確信しています。
They're totally sure that it's a mystery, not a fantasy.
私たち魔女にとって失敗した展開です。
This turn of events is a failure from a witch perspective. Eva Beatrice is gonna crank the dial up on the deaths then. She's gonna go psycho.
先代様が
She's gonna go
どういう
with
わ
the
けか
fucking...
緩いやり方を繰り返したせいです。
People still say goblin mode. She's gonna go goblin mode on some murders. She's... Everyone but the, anyone related... Well, not anyone related, but... I guess to Eva's direct family. For some reason, you keep doing things in a kind of lukewarm way, Predecessor Sama.
ああ、そうだな。
Ah.
若いうちの苦労は買ってでもしろと言うではないか。
Like they say, things you learn when you're young will definitely help you out in the future.
先代からそなたへのこれは試練である。
This is a test passed on from my predecessor to you.
慎んで挑むがよいぞ。
Take it on with respect. Yeah, Beatrice is not... Beato, I should say, is not, convincing her. At all. Beato tried to laugh heartily, but it was obviously the fake laugh of someone trying to cover something up. And the new witch shrugged with a sigh.
この段階から演出によって反魔法力を減ずるのは多分手遅れでしょうね。
At this stage, it's probably too late to create a scene and reduce the anti-magic power.
となればもう一つの手。
In that case, there's another move.
人間の分散が良いでしょう。
Getting the humans to split up should work.
それが最も効果的であろう。
Indeed. That is probably the most effective way.
人間の人数が少なければ少ないほど分母の数は減るわけだ。
The smaller the number of humans, the more the denominator shrinks.
その結果、魔法力はてきめんとなる。
As a result, the magical power functions instantaneously.
つまり、この籠城状態をいかに崩して少人数に分散させるかが
In other
ここ
words,
からのポイントとなるわけだな。
in other words, it all begins from one point: how to destroy this barricade situation and have them split up into smaller groups.
しかし、彼らはもはや用心深
However, they are already very cautious.
く、容易には籠城を崩せぬぞ。
The barricade won't be destroyed easily, right?
前々回の金蔵の書斎での籠城、前回の客間での籠城、いずれも手強かった。
Both the barricade in Kinzo's study 2 games ago and the barricade in the parlor last time were very stubborn.
ましてや今回は老快な大人勢がほとんど残った状態での籠城となっておる。
Furthermore, most of the cunning adults still remain this time, unlike the dumb kids.
状況はこれまで以上に困難であるぞ。
The situation is more difficult than all the ones before it, understand?
そなたが望むなら特別に助言を与えてやっても良いのだがな。
If you wish, I could give you some special advice. In a closed circle, when the first murder case occurs, survivors always hole up, gathering together to observe each other and ensure their safety. Funnily enough, not only do mystery authors and murder culprits worry about how to break that situation apart, but so do witches, who supposedly exist at the other end of the spectrum. For a while, the new witch poked her cheek with her pointer finger. Poke, poke, and after acting as though she was planning something, she spoke.
いいえ、結構です。
No, I'm fine.
試練ですから。
After all, it is a test.
先代様の手は借りません。
I won't borrow your moves.
そうか？
We don't need you, Beato. Really?
しかしだな、籠城を崩すのはなかなかに難しいぞ。
Still, it'll be rather difficult to defeat this barricade, right?
すでに手は打ってあります。
I've already made my move.
きっと引っかかるはずです。
I'm pretty sure it'll work.
頭のいいやつならむしろ必ず。
And it'll definitely work on someone smart. Is that so?
そなたは優秀であるな。
You really are excellent.
手のかからぬ弟子でわらわは嬉しいぞ。
I'm pleased to see that my disciple won't be causing me much trouble.
私、人に聞く前に自分で勉強するがモットーなので。
My motto is to study things myself before asking other people.
それでは失礼します。
Then, if you would excuse me,
獲物がのこのこと誘い出されるのを待たねばなりませんので。
I have to wait for my prey to get lured out. Indeed.
それではしっかりな。
Well then, handle it with care. As the new witch lowered her head, her face blank, she turned into gold butterflies and vanished. Beato didn't look happy at all. She seemed to be lonely because of how little she was being relied on.
どいつもこいつも
Not,
わらわのことなど構いもせぬ。
not one of them gives a fig for me.
魔女見習いの天狗になりよって。
You witch apprentice, acting so smart.
今に手痛いミスをして泣き言を言うに違いないぞ。
I'll bet she makes some painful mistake and starts crying.
その時こそようやくわらわの偉大さを理解し教えを請おうとするに違いないのだ。
Then, without a doubt, she'll finally realize my greatness and beg me to teach her.
それまでわらわは高みの見物よ。
Until then, I shall watch from on high. She laughed loudly on the outside, but a laugh no one could hear is completely pointless. I mean, whatever Beato has to tell herself to feel good, I guess. But a laugh no one can hear is completely pointless. Beato gave up and quickly stopped laughing. I know, she really is. God, she's pathetic. But I can't tell. Well, I was gonna say, I can't tell if she's, like, pathetic in a charming way. I mean, obviously, like, yeah, she's done some bad things. Maybe it's because I, too, am loser-coded. I feel the kinship. It's me and Beatrice. Renove chose that time to show himself.
失礼いたします、お嬢様。
Excuse me, lady.
バトラ様との第2の番のゲームが終了いたしました。
The game of the second twilight with Battle of Sama has ended.
そうか。
I see.
ご苦労であった。
Good work.
守備はどうであったか。
What was the result?
申し訳ございません。
My sincere apologies.
リザインさせていただきました。
I was forced to resign. Damn. Fucking Battler just handled Renove. Didn't even matter. I was forced to resign.
ローザがマリアを考察。その後に自己死は。
By saying in red that both deaths were homicides.
赤にて、 両名他殺で切り返したのですが、
I made Battler Sama revise his claim of Rosa strangled Maria to death, then died in an accident.
エヴァを主犯に据えられた一連の指し手を切り返せませんでした。
But I could not repel his chain of moves, placing Eva as the principal offender.
エヴァは秀吉にずっと看病されて部屋で寝ていたであろうが。
Wasn't Eva sleeping in her room the whole time as Hideyoshi cared for her?
秀吉も共犯で、両名でアリバイを作った可能性を提示されました。
He put forth the possibility that Hideyoshi was an accomplice, and that the two worked together to create an alibi.
秀吉まで疑うか。
He even suspects Hideyoshi?
殺害時には客室にいたと赤にで叩き切ってやればよいではないか。
Couldn't you have struck back by saying in red that he was in the guest room at the time of the murder?
それも考えましたが、いずれにせよ数手先でいくつかの大駒を奪われてしまうかもしれません。
I also thought of that, but multiple important pieces might have been taken several moves later.
それにこの手が新しきベアトリーチェ様が撃たれた布石の可能性もありますので、
And, because this move might be connected to the new Beatrice Salma
それを尊
strategy,
重することといたしました。
I acted out of respect to her.
申し訳ありません。
My apologies.
布石か。
Strategy, you say?
あやつ頭が切れるようだからの。
Her mind does not seem to be sharp. Or her mind does seem to be sharp, completely different.
好きにさせておくがよい。
We can let her do as she pleases.
どこまでやれるか見ものだ。
It will be quite a show to see how far she can go.
そうおっしゃると思いました。
I thought you would say that.
弟子が可愛くないので、ご機嫌斜めとお見受けしますよ。
I see that the uncuteness of your disciple has left you in a bad mood.
余計
The
なお世話だ。
uncuteness. That's none of your business.
あやつめ。ここからの籠城をどう崩していくつもりなのか。
Wonder how that one plans to destroy this barricade going forward.
わらはもじっくり拝見させてもらうとするぞ。
I shall keep a close eye on her.
ああ。
For
そ
attitude.
れで
Oh, and
バトラの機嫌の方はどうなのか？
how was Battler's mood?
落ち着いておられるように見えました。
It appeared as though he had calmed himself down. Did he ask about me? Did he ask how I was doing?
やはりお嬢様が相手でないと盛り上がらないとおっしゃっておいででしたよ。
He did say that he couldn't get fired up after all, without you as his opponent.
そうか。そうであ
Of
ろう。
course, she takes that
そうで
as
あ
good
ろう
news. Oh, really? Well, that's no surprise. No surprise at all.
第4の晩以降はやはりわらわが復帰しないとバトラも寂しかろうな。
If I don't return for the fourth twilight and after, Battler will probably be lonely himself. She's so pathetic.
それでは私はこれで失礼させていただきます。
And with that, if you would excuse me,
美味しいクッキーを焼かねばなります。
I need to go bake some delicious cookies.
せめてお嬢様とバトラ様のお話が弾みますように。
I must at least enliven the discussion between you and Battler Salma, lady.
うん。
I know, he's like, I can't believe I'm still employed by her. Oh, she's got the rosy cheeks. Look at this. Indeed.
あいつ、お前のクッキーボリボリ食
Whoa,
ってたな。
hey, phrasing. Whoa, that guy really was munching your cookies, wasn't he? I'm sure he was. I'm sure he was.
男の子だからお腹が空くのであろ
It's no surprise that a boy can eat so much.
う。多めに焼いてやれ。
Make a lot of them.
かしこまりました。
Certainly.
クッキーでテーブルを埋めてご覧に入れましょう。
I shall make enough cookies to bury the table.
それが良いぞ。
That sounds great. God. It's so bad. It's so bad.
なんだよ。どうした？
What's going on?
話ってなんだ？
What did you want to talk about? Kairi called Rudolph out into the corridor. It was obvious that she wanted to talk about something that she didn't want the others to hear.
ね、私
Yeah?
表へ出たい。
I want to go outside. Oh! Oh, I was literally just about to say, oh, when are we getting the thing? Oh, shit, what a tease. What a tease. Oh, fuck. Oh, Kairi's like, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Kairi's like, I'm so fucking done. Ah.
確かにわずかばかりの朝食では体が持たないが、しかし。
Alright, you're gonna have to wait, Kraus. Because we'll call it a night there. It's like, I want to start with an attachment. Yeah. Does she have some kind of plan? Is she trying to find something out? She's gotta be doing something. Kairi, man. She might pay for it. She might pay for it is the problem. But you know what? We gotta have full faith. Full faith in Kairi and her stupid plan. I will call it a night there. The goal was to go for a couple hours, and we'll end on a mirror break. I will be back. God, seeing this image is upsetting to me. I say we. We if you want. But I will be back with Umineko. Not Sunday. Saturday night. Like normal. Saturday night, Umineko in, 3 days time? And we'll continue. We'll do a bigger, bigger normal night stream. I assume we've now actually have set up for more killings to happen. I assume we're going to see what Eva Beatrice decides to do. I guess we'll see more of maybe Kairi's plan, potentially. Exciting setup, I would say. So that'll be back Saturday night. So yes. The thing I said at the top of the stream about doing like a week of Umineko, don't be surprised if that happens like sooner rather than later. At least for like a test week run. Now that I'm like thinking about it, I could do it. It just depends on like it just means that I get tired of doing Umineko for a week. Who knows? But I guess, like I said, I'm down to do it, and I imagine I'm gonna have to do it a couple times to make sure we finish this by the end of the year. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you had fun. It's only Wednesday night. We still have a couple more days of the week, unfortunately. Finish strong. Finish the week strong. This is where I give you the pep talk. Yeah, finish the week strong. Let's fucking go. I'll be back also Friday night, but with something else. Probably Master Detective Archives on Switch. But yeah, Saturday night, we'll return to Umineko. Of course, thank you so much for watching. Have a nice rest of your night. Take it easy, and I'll see you in another stream.